Welcome back, everybody. I'm John Stiles with Bridge Realty, and I'm here again with John and Talyssa from HYR Building LLC. We're continuing our conversation about ADUs by talking about a related topic, adding units to a non-owner occupied property. So, if somebody is interested and excited about ADUs, but they're not planning to owner occupy the property, or maybe they will initially, but not for the long term, what are options that they have available to them?
Yes, so the great part about Minneapolis and the new 2040 plan is actually the fact that you can, at any single family property at this point in time, make it up to a triplex. And so investors have the choice of converting those single family homes into duplexes, triplexes without issue, when before this, that wasn't really a possibility unless you had a zoning variance. So John and I, we moved from an entirely different state because of this plan, because of what we do. We're small-time investors. We design and draft, and we wanted to do our own projects. And it's much more affordable to use the existing properties that are here. They're much larger, that you can break them up on the inside, convert them into up-down duplexes, side-by-sides, add the triplex to the attic or the basement. And so that's why John and I are here, and to maintain the integrity of the community and the beauty, and ensure that we are doing our part in preserving the history of Minneapolis.
Yeah, that's really important. I'm glad that you pointed that out. Obviously, some investors have the option to just tear a property down and start fresh, and that might make sense in some cases. But you're right, there's so many great structures here in the city that you'd hate to see them all torn down when you do have other options to add units with the existing structure. John, can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, it's important to remember the humanity behind what we do, and making sure that, like Talyssa and John are saying, we continue to promote the history of the city and keep the integrity of these buildings. If you go with the template of a single family conversion to a duplex or triplex, there's a lot of buffer room in your cap rate if you do it right, like we've done here. And that gives us the ability to choose to rent out one or two of the units at market rate or a little less than market rate, because we know that we're still going to cash flow significantly. That's why we're promoting these single family conversions rather than going right out and buying a duplex or a triplex, because your cash flow might be squeezed a little bit more, and then you don't have these options. So at the end of the day, for us, and it's something that we try and promote with our clients and other investors, is to, again, remember that we're impacting our communities. We are attempting to promote affordable housing and essentially desegregate and maintain these communities the best we can, moving away from the luxury apartment high-rises, because there's enough of those and there's a market for those. But now it's time to, from the grassroots, take these houses and really push them forward so that we can continue living in this beautiful city.
Yep, the times have changed as far as just the number of people that want to live in the city. So it's really important to find these additional ways to provide that housing, both for homeowners and for renters. So I really like everything that you've been saying here. And also you mentioned about, as opposed to buying an existing duplex or triplex, and those are out there still, but just the demand for those are so high, so the costs have been going up. So this is something, when you're doing a conversion, that it really is something you can compare and see if this might be a more cost-effective approach as well to having multiple units that you own.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully this has been really informative for you as you are an investor considering adding units to your Minneapolis property. In our next video, we're going to be covering some key things that you should be looking for before making a purchase. So be sure to check it out. We'll see you there.